I think it's pretty important that you know yourself. So recently I took a personal inventory of myself. And what I discovered was something hitherto unknown about my mustache. Not that mustaches are awesome. That's a scientific fact. Plenty of history to back that up. And you got Teddy Roosevelt. Magnum PI. That guy from that Parks show. I was talking about my mustache. See, I was under the impression, on pretty good authority because it is my mustache, that I had grown it as an aesthetic choice, but it turns out that it's quite compensatory. Because it turns out that I'm a pretty sad excuse for a man. On paper, I'm not a good man. Let's go over the facts. I don't own any power tools. It's impossible for me to get into professional sports. I know nothing about cars. I'm not addicted to porn. I find fishing to be a shameful waste of beer. But my wife, she claims to like the fact that I'm not a stereotypical male. That is until something goes wrong with the car and then she can't stand it. I wish I was like Han Solo. I wish I could work on the vehicle while going at breakneck speeds. But I'm useless if it's sitting completely still in a well-lit garage. I know a lot of guys that say, at least I can at least change the oil. I do that all the time. But it's not exactly a hard process, is it? Looking up the nearest Jiffy Lube on Google Maps, sitting in a waiting room drinking shitty coffee and reading magazines you're not into. It's unpleasant, but I'd hardly call it work. I always feel like I'm part of an unforeseen or like intentionally left out demographic when I look at the reading materials in the waiting room. It's always Red Book, Better Homes and Gardens, Cosmopolitan. Every once in a while there's a Sports Illustrated in there, but it's never the swimsuit issue, so it's useless to me. If you pick up a highlights, everybody brings their kids a little closer. Every once in a while you luck out and there's a hunting mag in the mix, which is cool because I'll flip to the back to the crossbow section. Like, that's badass. That's badass. You can kill a lot of orcs or zombies or one of those. When it comes down to it, I don't really have any desire to kill anything that actually exists. But I love pretending to kill things in Dungeons and Dragons. A game where on paper, I'm a pretty kick-ass dude.